Hi, family. This is Dr. Mo with Moya Body Care and Colon Hydrotherapy, and I am your favorite colon hydrotherapist that practices the sacred art of colon hydrotherapy, herbs, and natural living. And yes, it's the end of my day. And yes, I'm in my fluffy robe on my couch, and I'm going over a couple of conversations I had today with some clients and a couple of my students. Actually, they're not students anymore. They're graduates. They're colon therapists. They are professionals, um, running their own business. And this particular um, graduate is doing very well. She's doing really good. So well. I'm actually thinking about reaching out to her in regards to something else. So I'm always cooking up something, and she just keeps coming across my head, and I'm just like, I think this could be good for both of us. But anywho, that's not why I'm here. This conversation is about the simplicity of our health. I know you don't want to talk about it. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but them injections that you are putting in your body, how long you think that's gonna last for you to lose weight? That I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to find the words. What I am trying to say is health is simple. It's very simple. Oftentimes, I'll have people come into my office and they'll introduce me to a new product or introduce me to this new herbal laxative or this or that. And I'm good with that. Like, I'm totally fine with that. But here is the thing about that. I am a herbalist. You cannot trump what God has already created. You can't trump that. It doesn't go any higher than that. I don't care who made the product. God made that herb. That herb comes from the ground or a tree or a root or a flower or a seed, whatever it is. And it is designed flawlessly to work with your body. I'll give you one herb that is perfect for all of your organs, and that's dandelion. Out the gate, dandelion. If you don't have no other herb in your cabinet or available to you, I would grab some dandelion. If I had to grab any herb, it would be dandelion. Straight out the gate. The next would be black seed oil. And then my next one would be golden seal and echinacea. Out the gate. Out the gate. Powerful herbs. So why would I stop taking those herbs to go and take a product that somebody had to manufacture? Is this clear? Is it getting clear to you? Like, the body is the body is the body. Once you understand the body and the herbs that go with that body, you don't need to constantly buy stuff. Excuse me, I just got a text message. You don't need to constantly buy stuff. You don't need to constantly shift products because you know that this herb is for the colon. I just told you what herb is for the colon. Dandelion root. That's all you need. And water. Water is the perfect original medicine. Water. You don't need much more than that. But these streets out here will have you thinking that you need to take all these different herbs and, plastic fillers, and you need this exotic fruit from the Cayman Islands. Like, I had one person try to sell me this one product that I could only get from that one location. I'm like, how? That is not, sir, let me help you. That's going to be a no for my clients. That is going to be a no. We're not doing that. Why do I feel like there's something in my eye? Is there something in my eye? What is happening here? I feel like something is in my eye. So yeah, I mean, don't let these streets get you caught up. For real. Please don't get caught up. Don't get caught up with these. I don't even want to. That's a whole nother subject. These water filters. That's a whole nother conversation for later. But what I do want to share with you all is this. The body is very simple. It doesn't need a whole lot. I don't take a lot of different herbs. However, I do shift my herbs throughout the month because my hormones shift throughout the month. So today I may need something different than I did last Monday. That makes sense. Because maybe last Monday I was on my menstrual cycle and I needed more iron. I needed more vitamin D, things like that. So my herbs shift as my hormones shift. And that just comes from education, and just pick up a book and read it. I mean, if you want me to lead you, I totally can. I teach this all day long. But how did I learn? Trial and error and picking up a book and reading. That's how I learned. I've been in this game for 18 years. It wasn't too many teachers that were willing to teach me. Let me just put that out there. Let's just say that. I should probably talk about my whole journey with colon therapy education and those that have assisted me along my path. Or maybe not. I am grateful, though, to all of them. That's for sure. But I just want to be very clear, is that health is very, very simple. Health is not expensive at all. You can grow herbs in a very small patch of dirt. You can grow all the herbs you need for your body to be well in 3 pots, straight out the gate. You don't need a whole lot. You just need to know what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. It's the implementation that's missing here. And that's where I come in to help you out. But don't get caught up with thinking that you need these expensive plants and things that you can only get when the shaman blesses it. God has already done that, or Buddha, Allah, Spirit, your ancestors, whoever you subscribe to. The who doesn't matter. The point is that whoever, fill in the blank, has already fulfilled that job position. It's already been done. So you don't need to recreate the wheel. You really don't. I had a client who brought me in this whole shopping bag of all these different herbs she bought from this one lady who pretty much scared her. She pretty much scared my client into thinking she had some health issues. And my client spent close to $600. Yes. My client spent close to $600 on some herbs that she was not given any instruction, barely was told what's in the herbs. There was no protocol, no follow up, no nothing. And my client is in my office, and I'm listening to her while I'm sipping on my tea. Right? I'm entertained by it. And so at the end, she was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Well, what's your question?" And she was like, "Can you help me?" I'm like, "Yes, yes, I can help you." But I think we need to back up a second. And I just want to ask this question, no judgment. Did you go back to whoever you purchased these herbs from and demand that a protocol be put into motion because you spent so much money? And that naturally, as a herbalist myself, anytime I give somebody a recommendation on herbs, a protocol is always sent as a text message or an email, or they walk out with a handheld copy of their personalized protocol. I'm just curious why you spent that amount of money and there's no protocol. Oh, I know what's going on. I had soap. I'm like, what is happening with my eye? I know what's going on. And so she just looked at me and I just looked at her. And I was like, this is interesting. So once the invoice was paid that I sent her, I'm like, you can pay this invoice and I'll go over all this with you. Once she paid it, I started going over it. And she was just dumbfounded because I lined up her. I can't even say it was a recommendation. Like, it wasn't even an intake form. I'm really trying to understand what my client did. I guess just a couple of questions that the practitioner wrote down that my client may need. And so I ran that up against my Zyto scan that I ran on my client. A Zyto scan helps me understand what's happening in your 12 systems energetically. And then it kicks out a report, right? And so I start breaking this report down. Nothing matched up, not even the herbs. And she had that appointment with that practitioner, I think Wednesday, like last week. That was only a couple days ago. So her reading wouldn't be that drastic of a shift within less than 6 days. It wouldn't shift like that. And so in that moment, she realized that she was scammed. And once I started looking at the product, she was definitely scammed, unfortunately. It's nothing but fillers. Everything that she said was in it is like 2%, if that, of the herb. And that's nothing. That's not even that's not even 2% of any herb is not even enough to make a tea. It'd be a week like rinse, but you wouldn't even do it as a tea. So my client was livid. So I'm here to share this with you all, is that buying $600 worth of herbs is not necessary. And I got another text. Unless you are, I don't even know. Like I don't even think that I have even spent $600 on herbs. It's just not necessary. Not even on essential oils. It's not necessary. So I hope this helps somebody. It's 15 minutes of my position in dialogue with health and wellness, and that it's very simple. It's not difficult at all. And it's not expensive at all. And I've been a colon therapist for well over 18 years, and I've been a massage therapist since 1998. It is 2025. So, you do the math on that one. A body is a body is a body is a body. Bodies don't change. Behaviors change, not bodies. People's needs change, but not their bodies. Find what works for your body and stick with it. It's very simple. If you need help with that, I am your favorite colon hydrotherapist who would love to introduce you to the art of natural living. Feel free to reach out to me. My website is Moya, MOYA, bodycare.com. Private office located in Torrance, California. And phone number 562-682-0818. And why do I feel like Spirit wants me to say like one more thing? I keep wanting to get off, but Spirit's like, no. And I'm like, what else do you want me to say? But nothing else is coming down the pipeline. So I'm going to go ahead and get off because I feel like I'm rambling. All right, love, stay magical.